Hi everybody, this is Amanda and I'm back with another video for you. This one is titled PinUp and it is a layout about myself. Every now and then I kind of like to play around with that little pinup look, and so this is a couple of photos that I took while I had done my hair with, I believe, bandanas were what was going on in these photos. The paper line that I'm using for this layout is called Olivia's Sweet Shop, and it looks like it is from the Paper Studio. I don't know that I've ever heard of them, actually. I'm pretty sure that I picked this paper pad up at Hobby Lobby one day when I was there, and it kind of looks like it would be good for a recipe album, maybe. It has a lot to do with cupcakes and like little recipe card things and that type of stuff, but it also has a little bit of a vintagey feel, so that's why I decided to go ahead and use that on here. Could not think of any other layout that I would have to use cupcakes on at the moment. So that's what we're going with. The background paper just has like words looking things written across it. The paper's really thin, so, and it's definitely not double-sided. So I just cut out some of the 4x3x4 cards from that paper line, and I'm using those to just map behind the photos. This is a little bit of a different layout for me because it's not lined up at all. So I'm going to take a few minutes here and be playing with these layers, trying to get them lined up the way that I want them to, or just the way that looks appealing to me. It wasn't dawning on me at the moment, but I think the issue that I was having with them is that I needed them to overlap a little bit so that they didn't seem quite so disconnected. But eventually I get there. So I cut off about a 1-inch strip of the cupcake paper, and then I'm just going to tear it, and I'm going to tear it both directions so that I can use both sides and I get a little bit of that white torn edge on both sides of the torn paper, because I am going to use it as a border across the top and across the bottom. At this point too, I have pulled out these acetate, or whatever you call those, acrylic? No, they're not acrylic. Acetate butterflies by Heidi Swap. I don't often get to use butterflies on a layout. Since this is a girly one, I'm going to do it. Once I get these borders glued down, then I am just going to go ahead and ink the edges a little bit more with the Vintage Photo Distress ink, which is always one of my favorites, that or Black Soot. And then let me see what I do. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and get out my glossy accents to glue down these acetate butterflies. And of course, my thing is all gummed up, so I have to use a needle to poke it out. I have since bought one of those precision line bottles, which I find somewhat frustrating still too. Unless you put that little needle thing back in there fairly quickly, then you end up sort of with the same issue. So that's still slightly annoying. A little bit less annoying though than having to do that every single time. I pulled out these little label stickers. I couldn't tell you necessarily who they're from. They're probably a bunch of different manufacturers there. Probably a lot of My Mind's Eye. I'm going to put down these word stickers that definitely are My Mind's Eye, and it is just going to say you are the one and only you. Okay, that wasn't coming out right in my mind, and I was having a hard time reading it on the page for some reason. Anyway, just a little reminder there that we're all unique. I'm going to play around with those words quite a bit a little bit later too, because I'm going to move them around to, I don't know, make them fit in a little bit better, to pull them into the rest of the stuff a little bit better, but I don't do that at the moment. I am using these gold stickers that are Heidi Swap. I'm using a bunch of the hearts from there, and I think I used the word lovely as well. Let me see, what else am I going to use on here? Oh, I'm also going to use some of those little stickers that came from, they're little heart stickers, and I got them at Target, and I bought 2 packages of them because I love those things so much. They are really cute. It's almost like using enamel dots, but they're little hearts. So I'm playing around some more with these little hearts and things, trying to figure out where I want everything. If I like it, give it a whirl. These are the little hearts that I was talking about, and they are from, I looked it up, they're from K & Company. Like I said, I found them at Target, and I haven't seen them anywhere else, and it was out around Valentine's Day. I don't know. I don't know. I can't imagine that it will be a Target exclusive. I started with these darker pink ones though, and the little teal ones, and then I'm going to change those out a little bit later and put a lighter pink because there isn't really any of that dark pink on the layout. So I'm not going to go with that. I did decide that I was going to try a couple of these little things up there at the top to kind of put like a little topper on the cupcakes, and right now it looks kind of cute, but I don't know. It just, I mean, there wasn't really any other kind of embellishment stuff going on up there, or going to be, so I took them off. But anyway, and this is where I'm going to change them out and put in the lighter pink. Girly layouts are fun. I don't usually get to do them that often, but I took a lot of pictures of a lot of selfies around this time period. To be honest, I think it was because I was putting photos up on like an online dating service kind of thing. So I needed photos, and it's kind of embarrassing to ask somebody else to take them. So I did that myself. I did not end up going out on a single date from that service, by the way. But I remember being slightly discontent with where my life was at that time, and so I was thinking it's kind of different to have been scrapbooking these, and it's somewhat unfortunate that it's almost a whole year later, because I wonder what different type of approach the layout would have taken, because now I'm not in that same kind of place, where now I just have other priorities that need to take precedent. I remember then though feeling somewhat lonely, and yeah, I don't know. I'm a divorced mom, and I do not have any girlfriends who are also divorced. All of my friends are married, and I'm glad for them. That's a good thing. Happy for them that they're not in the same situation that I'm in. But anyway, it can get somewhat lonely from time to time when, you don't have people really to go out and do things with weekends that you don't have your son or that type of thing. Okay, so these letter stickers are by Making Memories. Old. And I don't know why, but the I is way taller than all of the rest of the letters. Yeah, it looks really weird to me. Anyway, I was smart enough to get the idea to just cut that off a little bit because that was driving me nuts. It's bugging me right now looking at it. Anyway, I am going to ink the edges of these letters as well to grunge them up a little bit. This is a very different type of layout for me. It is not like, well, I don't want to say cohesive, but it's not lined up. Here, my favorite thing right there, cutting the top off of that eye. Anyway, it's not, a lot of times I do things like somewhat, what do you call that? It's lined up. I'm not a huge fan of things that are askew. It doesn't usually work well to my eye, but not that other people's things don't. It looks cute to me for some reason when other people do things like that, but for me, I usually have a hard time with it. Anyway, I also pulled out these hearts that were from Recollections, and they're kind of cute. They have like a little clear thing over the top, and they're sewn down the middle. And then I started going through thinking I was going to use some enamel dots, and I don't. I end up pulling out bling, which I have not used in a long time, but you know what? This is a perfect layout for it. And I am going to put these little rhinestone things down the center of those Heidi Swap hearts, and then I'm also going to put them in a couple other areas around the layout. So I have been noticing that hearts and stars are definitely my go-to favorite shapes to use. I keep seeing all these little octagon-shaped things and triangle-shaped things on some of the new products that are coming out, and I don't know why, but I just don't like it. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out a way to get some of it on there, but I also don't like gold very much, but I got that on this layout, so who knows. But stars and hearts are definitely, I prefer circles too. Those are definitely my go-to shapes. So that was just a little bit of a random space filler there, my shape discussion. Anyway, now my layout is all blinged up, and that pretty much finishes it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, okay? Bye.